Gray says back to the grind. Yes, I did have a little bit of a nap. Not a long one. But I finally worked out today. I hadn't worked out in a few days. So I finished the morning stream. I had breakfast, nachos. I watched the latest 2 episodes of Mall and did my barbell workouts for the arms and back, shoulders. Episode 6 of Mall, oh my god. Like, the entire show has been amazing, but episode 5 and 6, specifically episode 6, is they are ramping up to something. There's only 8 episodes in the season, I believe, so it's, you know, like basically like a 2.5 hour movie. It is so good. What's up, Garrett? What's up, Studman? Black Widow. This is Starfield. Damn it, there's Starfield number 29. I got a bunch of clipping to do too, because I haven't clipped episode 27, 28 yet. So I gotta actually clip the episodes out. And I found out today there's another Game Pass game coming out that I was not... I mean, I knew of the game, but I didn't know when it was coming out. It's called Aphelion. Aphelion. It's going to be a Game Pass game. It's coming out on the same day as Dune. Or, not Dune, Jesus. Diablo. What's up, Hobby Corner? Thanks for the Twitch sub. It's coming out the same day as Diablo 4's DLC on the 28th. So, I think what I'm going to do on the day of the 28th is... no, we never skip leg day. We're going to start, because they're launching Diablo 4 the night of the 27th. So I'll be able to start the morning of the 28th with Diablo 4. Then, we're going to go do a watch party for the Dawnwalker vampire game. They have a big gameplay reveal and launch date reveal event, I believe at 10 a.m. on the 28th, local time. So we're going to play Diablo, take a break for breakfast, come back, do the watch event for the Dawnwalker, and then after that, when I come back for the afternoon stream, we're going to try that Aphelion game out, and just we'll see how it is, see how the traffic is, see what the game is like. It looks interesting. So the 28th will be a busy day of launch stuff. And then the 30th, we've got Ceros coming, so... Alright. Where are we going? We came in, I think, from here. Yeah, it's described as like sci-fi Uncharted. I haven't like paid attention to it too much other than watching some of the videos. It looks like a lot of fun, Dribrum. So I'm very hopeful that I get good traffic because it looks like a lot of fun to play, and I would love that to be one where we, there's an interest of people playing it. But I don't know yet what the interest is going to be like for it, because it's kind of like something that's, I don't see a ton of hype for it across the internet. But it does look like a lot of fun, so we will see how it goes. Yeah, Uncharted games were awesome.
All these leeches. What's keeping you things warm?
Oh, you're about to find out. Excuse me, girls. I think the big reveal is about to happen, if I remember correctly. Oh. Blue elbow grease gear. Nah.
What's that? My God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only... What's happening?
Oh, you're about to see what's happening.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, I'm totally seeing it. Oh, shit! Oh! Well...
Oh my God.
I'd say there's a live Terramorph in here.
Terramorphs.
But heat leeches infest every settlement, every corner of the settled systems. That means that every single one... Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. I forgot how creepy that was. It has been a hot minute since I have done this quest. Oh, that was nasty. That was nasty. Facehuggers, man, they always turn into xenomorphs no matter what franchise you deal with. Little worms always turn into something bigger. Something that wants to kill you and eat your face off. Oh, that's awesome. Terramorph. That is a great short clip. Thank you. Oh, I've just been here for a little bit, Celtic. I think we've only been live about 5 minutes. Technically, the stream's been up for 10, but I don't think I've only been in front of the camera for maybe 5-6 minutes, something like that. All right, tell me what you need to tell me. How you doing?
You just saw that, right? You would tell me if I was losing my mind. That heat leech became a terramorph. The pests that have snuck onto every planet are baby terramorphs.
That's right, facehuggers in disguise,
Heat
Stedman.
leeches hide out in ships.
That's right, great.
Sneak away
Time to
after
burn the whole
landing,
planet
and
down.
Then, with time, they transform. We just found out how terramorphs move between planets.
That can't be how terramorphs are born, right?
No, Lazarus plants can't grow anywhere but here, let alone blossom. People have tried. Plus, if what we just witnessed was happening anywhere else, well, it wouldn't just be Londinian lost to these things. What we just saw, it must be some kind of alternate growth method. One that winnows 70 years of maturation into seconds. incredible. Pretty major is right. But if what we just saw, if that's possible, the Lazarus plant, it's clearly an accelerant for the Terramorph, a heat leach transformation
Well,
process.
I know I'm having a good day,
And
Celtic.
make one into the other.
Hopefully
in
everybody
an
else
instant.
is.
But that means if anyone knew about this, they could trigger a Terramorph spawning. You could sneak a leech into a city, or even multiple leeches, into a place like New Atlantis.
Which just happened.
God. The attack on New Atlantis, does this... Could someone have set that up?
Given what we just witnessed,
But first, you'd have to know the truth about all this.
Well, we're never gonna know if you don't catch that thing. Get after it.
We may proceed.
Go!
let's go bag ourselves a Terramorph, kids. Face huggers, hugging your face till you die. Oh, really?
All right, get to the bottom of this.
Just nice long kisses.
Percival, Kaiser's got the cell data from the New Atlantis and Tau Ceti attacks, right?
Uploaded them myself.
Captain, let Kaiser take a look at that sample.
Nice long kisses. Kaiser, take a peek, bud.
Beginning analysis. It is a match. This suggests with high certainty that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attacks on both planets.
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it is we just stumbled on here?
I think it means the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attack at New Atlantis.
Exactly. Someone saw the Lazarus plant in action and used it to trigger the attacks.
I wonder where they could have gotten such an idea, deploying alien life forms as weapons.
I wouldn't be shocked to find out our team, in part, inspired the approach, but our group never dealt with something that could have an effect like this. Makes some sense, actually. Tau Ceti was likely their first test, someplace remote
What's up,
where no
Bubbles?
one would question a few settlers going missing. Ensure the big show, the attack on New Atlantis, would be a success. And the timing of that one, it couldn't have been just luck that it happened right when we were asking the cabinet to do something about the Terramorphs. These attacks, I think someone planned them to set all this in motion.
I think you're right.
They certainly were. But having this answer, well, it raises a couple big questions. Who could pull something like this off?
Well,
And
it doesn't
why?
sound to me like you've actually ever played any other Bethesda games, Tiger Fan 99, because if you had played any other Bethesda games, you would know that Bethesda games are not buggy in that way. Do they have jank? Yep. Game-breaking bugs? Nope. There is a reason Skyrim has sold 60 million plus copies. Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Obsidian Remastered, Fallout 3, Starfield. There is a reason why this company, why Bethesda is a billion-dollar company with billion-dollar franchises. So the framing of your question makes
You-
me suspect
You okay,
that you've
Captain?
never actually played a Bethesda game, because they're not buggy. They're just games. They have lovable jank. Alright. United Colonies. Someone inside the UC must have plans for the Lazarus plan.
Let's save the discussion for when you all aren't standing in the universe's closest equivalent to hell frozen over. If we're gonna do anything to prevent more Terramorph attacks, human cause or otherwise, we need that final sample.
They
Roger
wouldn't
that.
have sold hundreds of millions of
Kaiser?
copies of their games if they were
Get us into
buggy
the spaceport?
games. That's the better way to put it.
Entrance is this way.
Autobots roll out.
I am unable to provide sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas? What we
Waffle
can
Man
do
just
some
wanted to
extra
say you got me into ESO.
Local
Keep it up.
power
Well,
looks
I'm
like it was
glad you
controlled in the
enjoyed
security office, upper floor.
juice? Captain and I can scout it out.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
Alright. Well, there you go. If you've played all of the other Bethesda games and you had fun playing them, then you already have the answer to your question. Bethesda makes fun games. Bethesda makes good games. Bethesda makes games that sell
There's the
hundreds of
control
millions of
panel.
copies.
Still looks operable.
Starfield is yet
to
another in a
survive.
long line of successes for the company. Go forth and enjoy. Oh, a marine spacesuit. What does that look like? Ooh, I found it. I found it. I told you I was looking for a dark colored one of those spacesuits. And we just found it. My dear, come here. Does yours also have that on the back? It does. We're about to change your colors out, girlfriend.
I am grateful for our time. Need to see what I'm carrying?
Do 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 do. Oh yeah,
We'll be here
that
for you,
looks
as always.
tight. I like that more than the blue for sure. I do need to get a different helmet though. We still need a different helmet for her, but I much prefer the black to the blue. Oh yeah, we'd be styling. Alright. No magazines or anything that we can ping off of.
Reactivated. Error. Control system reboot required. And redo that. Ah, Captain. I think I see it. Reboot engaged. Running diagnostic. Diagnostic complete. Multiple systems unavailable. Warning, priority safety concern detected. Exterior hatch power restored. Back in business. Warning, emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process engaged. Playback initiated.
Admiral Sanon, we need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here? think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral! It just transformed. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties, yes, sir.
That's right, Studman. What? Games have bugs and yet can still be successful? Shock!
I'll send ships as soon as possible.
JK says, every game I've ever played has had crashes and bugs. That's what happens when you have a massive game. Yep. When games have hundreds of gigs, or even dozens of gigs, there are always going to be fun little bugs and things and quirks.
An invisible weapon.
Name me a perfect game. I will wait.
He knew about the Lazarus plant. Grab that recording. We should talk.
Alright, I need the recording first. I've never in 40, I've been playing games for 40 years, like almost 40 years I've been playing video games. Not once have I ever played a game without bugs, or without rough around the edges, or a bug without jank and perks. Never played a perfect game, ever. So those questions always make me laugh, because I was like, what games are you playing that are perfect experiences that allow you to compare other games to them? Bethesda makes buggy games.
Vae Victis. He destroyed this place. Killed these people to keep what he knew about the
Also,
Lazarus
anytime
plant, the
I've always
terror
challenged
and
people
all
to,
this a
whenever they
secret.
say Bethesda makes buggy games, I always here's a challenge for you. Name me some bugs in Bethesda games. That's a challenge. It's a challenge for anybody watching now who claims that Bethesda games have bugs. Let's go ahead and talk about that, because more often than not, I have found that, I'm going to be hyperbolic here, 99% of the time the things that people call bugs are not actually bugs. They are just jank. Bugs are things that crash the game, break the game, make the game unplayable in some way, shape, or form. If that were so, the games wouldn't be selling hundreds of millions of copies. So I would say, feel free to
I'm as
point in
shocked as
chat.
you
What
are.
do you mean by Bethesda games are buggy? And then let's also apply that same to your favorite game. So here's the challenge to anybody in chat who claims that Bethesda games are buggy. I would like you to put in chat an example of a Bethesda game being buggy, and then also in the same sentence put your favorite game that you've played that you think isn't buggy, and I will show you how wrong you are. That's the challenge. Go. I'll check in with chat here in a few minutes.
He saw the potential of the plant as a weapon and hid it away. He killed those people to keep
Oh,
them
Red
from
Dead 2
sharing what
has
they might have
hundreds
seen.
of bugs. I'm so glad you
Condemned
mentioned Red
this
Dead 2.
whole
Can't wait to
city to
dive into
death.
that one with you.
He's
No, this was so much worse than that. He is a monster.
Yes. Exactly what we all thought he was. But if the plant was used to trigger the attacks, could Vae Victis have been involved in the massacre on New Atlantis?
That's the only lead we've got.
And even if he wasn't directly involved, I guarantee he knows something.
Vae Victis is a monster of a human being. If he lives, of course he could be responsible for what happened in both New Atlantis and Londinium.
But I guess we're not getting any more answers right now.
Dragon Age Origins
Let's go get
had
that last
tons of
sample.
bugs when it came out. My favorite that I always like to point out is Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 launched, won Game of the Year, one of the biggest awarded games of all time, and it had more than 1,000 bugs in the first patch. Anyway, I haven't seen anybody put anything game-breaking in chat. Fallout 76 had loads of crashing. You know what other game had loads of crashing? Crimson Desert. You know what game also has lots of crashing? No Man's Sky. Every single time I play it on the Xbox Series X. Crashes are not indicative of bugs. Crashes can be many, many, many different things. Crashes can be load order on mods. Crashes can be texture-based. Crashes can be related to many different things. I haven't seen anybody post any examples, so nobody's actually completing the challenge yet. Because I asked people to put games that they think are flawless, and the only game I've seen someone say is Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, somebody said Zelda Breath of the Wild. Both of those games absolutely had bugs when they came out. And I'm gonna go Google those here in a minute and show you guys. No, I saw two examples. I saw the Red Dead Redemption 2 and Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh, we're about to make that distinction, Dark Lord Strider, because that's the point of the challenge that I just issued. The point of the challenge I just issued was to show people the difference between what they think is a bug and what is a glitch or jank or a crash. Not the same thing as a bug. A bug is something that breaks the game and makes it unplayable until the point that the developers patch a fix in. That's a bug. Glitches and jank and performance stuff that doesn't break the game, but might crash the game, might cause performance hiccups. Maybe the quest NPC bugs out, but you can reload the game and the quest NPC fixes. Or you can reload a quick save and it fixes. Those are not bugs. Those are glitches, and those are things that can be fixed with a workaround. A bug, in the technical sense of game development, is something that breaks the game in a way that the player is no longer able to continue the quest, play the game. It becomes unplayable. So I still haven't seen anybody post any of those things in chat, and I also haven't seen anybody post anything other than Red Dead Redemption 2 and Breath of the Wild as games that supposedly didn't have launch issues, and they did. A quest item, when it doesn't appear and you can't continue the quest, if that is something where it's unfixable with a restart or a reboot of a save, that could be considered game breaking, yeah. If a quest item doesn't appear and you can't continue the quest. But is that something that is for everyone, or is it something that's only happening for like one player out of 1,000? So it depends, because game breaking would be something where it's for everybody, not just one or two people. Correct, Dark Lord Strider. We talked about this the other day. There's only one game I can think of in the history of my 40 years that I found a game-breaking bug that wouldn't allow us to complete the game, and the company abandoned the game. It was abandonware, and it never got a patch.
Kaiser, try it now.
All right, let's see here. I've got some aid. Cyberpunk 2077 is a perfect example at launch because I played the PS4 version of it. That game would blue screen crash. I have videos of this on YouTube. Every time I would get into a crowd, I would get blue screen crashes, which means the entire PS4 would shut down. The game, it wouldn't just crash the game, it would crash my entire PS4 Slim. The PS4 launch of Cyberpunk 2077 was so objectively bad that they pulled Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store and it was no longer available for sale. That is a perfect example, as Studman just says, of that is the perfect example of a game-breaking bug that is making it impossible for thousands of players to play, and thus someone, whether it's the company themselves or in this case PlayStation, took action and said we're pulling it from the store until it gets fixed. And then CD Projekt Red had to rush to fix those issues. That is an example of a game-breaking bug, something that is affecting thousands and thousands of players to the point where they pull it from the store. A quest item not spawning for one player out of 1,000 is not quite the same thing. Anthem having blue screen crashes when it came out on all platforms was an example of a game-breaking bug. Jank, glitches, the occasional crash, those do not qualify as bugs. The occasional quest item not spawning, but if you reload and you can make it work. A good example of something that happened to me the other day, when we tried to place the apartment, the fully furnished apartment that came with Terran Armada, if you tried to place it while you were in enhanced mode, it would crash Starfield. That's a bug. But the workaround is if you put the game in performance mode, you could place the apartment and it wouldn't have any issues. So not a game-breaking bug, but definitely a bug related to the enhanced graphics that were toggling and causing an actual crash in the game every single time we placed it. We did live Q&A with that particular bug, and we went back to back to back and narrowed down exactly what was causing the crash, figured out it was the enhanced mode, put it on performance mode, it worked fine. So when you have something like that where there's a workaround, that's not something that can be qualified as game breaking because it does have a solution. Those are the types of things you look for when you're working in QA. Can you replicate the bug? And if you can replicate the bug, does it have a workaround? If it does have a workaround, it's no longer considered game breaking, and thus it is not a high priority fix. How are these types of things not detected upon a release in the case of Cyberpunk 2077? That was the perfect example of a game being rushed to launch because of bad management. Perfect example. Anthem as well. But the other thing too is, here's the reality. We've covered this many times on my stream before, and so we'll do a little education moment for everybody in chat who might be new and has never heard this before. It doesn't matter how big the company is. It doesn't matter how much money they have. The testing pool for a game is always a few hundred people at most. That's the testing pool. QA might be 24 people, right? It might be a dozen people, right? 2 dozen people doing QA, and you probably have a testing pool of a few hundred. You've got alpha testers and beta testers, and those are known testers who you trust and you work with. Some cases, the company might run an open beta weekend or a server slam like a month before launch, sometimes 2 or 3 months before launch, because this allows them to try to narrow down anything that they haven't seen with the hundreds of players that they have testing things, right? Even if you have 100,000 people in a server slam and you identify 500 things that need to be fixed and you fix those 500 things before the launch of the game, there is a massive difference, and we're talking big games here. When you have a server slam with 100,000 people that play, and then you launch your game and you sell 5 million copies, or in the case of Cyberpunk 2077, you sell 15 million copies right out of the gate. Your testing pool goes from 100,000 people, or in the case, because they didn't do a server slam, so they had a testing pool of a few hundred. Your testing pool goes from a few hundred people to 15 million people. And you're dealing with everybody and their brother, and their homemade computers, and their potato machines, and their 25-year-old graphics cards, and their weird chipsets and the drivers they haven't updated in the last 7 years because they refuse to update the computer, or the operating system that they haven't updated in 7 years because they don't believe in updates, and Microsoft updates suck, so I'm never going to update my operating system, or somebody who's running some weird version of Linux, or somebody who's running some weird version of Mac OS. Like, all of these things create, it's like I'm playing a 5090, but I've got a $20 like jacked up jank controller that I bought off of Amazon on the cheap, or I have, like me, I have a $20 programmable mouse, right? So let's say that I have a $20 mouse but a $3,000 graphics card, and the driver for the mouse is causing some sort of interruption between the RAM and the graphics card. That is legitimately something that can happen when you have all of these millions upon millions upon millions of variants that happen, which is why I always play my games on console, because console releases tend to be fairly stable, because the company only has to fix one, let me put that out there, they only have to make one version of the game that works. The Xbox Series X version or the PlayStation 5 version. PC, they've got to account for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and eventually millions of variants. And I don't care who the company is. No company has the budget, the manpower, or the wherewithal to beta test tens of millions of things. So they do the best they can with a few hundred to a few thousand QA testers, finding as many things as they can. But the moment you push it out the door and it sells millions of copies, you're now dealing with millions upon millions of things that can crop up, and all these weird combination of BIOS and chipsets and potato machines and outdated drivers and outdated graphics cards. No company out there can account for that. No company can. And it's one of those things where you have entitlement generation people who have absolutely unrealistic expectations of what companies should be doing before they release their games, and they'll make statements like, well, this game should have been better, this other game was perfect. I promise you the other game was not perfect. You didn't have any issues, but tens of thousands of other people did. Every time a game releases and it sells millions of copies out of the gate, there are always people who have problems. Always. You might not be one of the people who had problems because you had a chipset driver set combo that just worked, or if you play on console like me, it just worked. But there are always thousands of issues that crop up in the launch week of any given game, and it's not because the company does a shitty job of Q&A, it's because they can't account for the millions of variants that are going to happen. It's just a thing. And you'll hear people say, like, it didn't used to be like this 15, 25, 35 years. Yeah, games used to be 50 megabytes on a fucking floppy drive. Now they are 80 gigabyte things, and they have tens of millions of lines of code. And you have VFX and SFX and shaders and lighting and AI programming and all this stuff. Complicated scripting, cutscenes, cinematics. Like, talk about unrealistic expectations from people who, this is armchair game devs who sit there in the corner and be like, why isn't the game perfect when it launches? Bleh. And they'll always compare it to some simplified game from 20 years ago and say something along the lines of, well, this game was perfect when it released. And it's like, you mean the game that was 250 megabytes, with like VFX, VGA graphics? The games just used to work. They used to have games that came out on a Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and those cartridge games, they just worked. Yeah, it is funny as fuck. Which is why I always push back on people who say things like, Bethesda makes buggy games. It's like, no, sweetheart. Every game that comes out has bugs at launch. Every game. It is not unique to any one company. I can literally point at any release ever and give you a list of 100 bugs that the game had at launch. Wait till GTA 6 comes out. That game's going to have so many bugs at launch. Red Dead Redemption 2's PC launch November 2019 was notoriously buggy, characterized by severe crashy launcher errors and performance issues. Major issues included the game failing to launch, massive stuttering, and stuttering frame rate drops, often caused by NVIDIA driver conflicts. The Rockstar Games launcher frequently crashed, hung on the desktop, or failed to open, forcing many to wait for updates. Users reported the game crashing immediately at the intro or when running the benchmark tool. Severe constant stuttering occurred, often due to a memory leak, causing frame rate drops. Specific combinations of NVIDIA GPU drivers and certain CPUs caused major stuttering, requiring a patch in collaboration with NVIDIA. Reported audio cutting and graphics flickering. Consoles were more stable at launch, but updates to both the Xbox and PlayStation introduced bugs like broken quests and severe physics glitches. I could go on. Any game out there that people claim had a flawless launch or near flawless launch, I always call bullshit on that, because you can immediately go to Google and Google launch issues for this game, and you will find hundreds of issues that game had at launch. Maybe that person didn't have issues, but it is incredibly naive to think that the game didn't have issues. Because every game has hiccups at launch. Every game. And companies patch their games. Every company does these days. Because you don't want to poison your audience. You don't want to, if you're in a restaurant business, the last thing you want to do is poison the people who are coming to your restaurant. So companies have a vested interest in making sure that they get things patched as quickly as possible. I challenge you to find a company that does not patch their games post-launch in the modern era. By the way, this is getting clipped out, by the way. Hang on, I gotta go look up Breath of the Wild now, because somebody claimed that was a flawless launch. Notable launch era issues included severe fast travel softlock, performance dips on the Wii U, and various physics exploits. Key issues included Guardians sinking into the ground with stasis, infinite jump glitches near stables, texture rendering issues. Infinite chests. The Knight's Halberd chest at Mount Drano would respawn indefinitely if the player dropped it down the hill, line for easy early game weapon farming. There was also the Wind Bomb bullet time bounce issue. Shield surfing onto enemies or using bombs could send Link flying due to the unexpected collision interactions. So again, there was somebody in chat earlier who tried to claim that Red Dead Redemption 2 and Breath of the Wild had near flawless launches, and I was like, just give me a minute and I'll go Google that and prove that wrong, which we just did. Where do you people live that you think that these things? I have almost 1,000 hours in Starfield, and I've never seen any game-breaking things. I've definitely seen performance issues. I've definitely seen some buggy quests, but it's always just a thing where I just reload the save and it's fixed. That's right, Studman. They're living in their mom's basements. Yes, companies patch their games. Bubbly says, I'm glad I'm simple. I just love Legos, D&D, and rock and roll. Yeah, sometimes back in the day, consoles would launch, way back in the day, you wouldn't even get a patch. Send in the hair missile in regards to military dogs? That's funny. Some patches updates take longer. Correct. So that's why I pointed out the Baldur's Gate 3 thing, because Baldur's Gate 3, it took them a month. It took them a month to do the first patch. That's a long time. You had people screaming to the high heavens that Larian Studios had abandoned the game after launch because it took them a month. 1 month, 30 days before they did their first patch. And there was more. Don't believe me? Go fucking Google it. The first patch notes are there. All the patch notes are available in the public. There were more than 1,000 bug fixes in Baldur's Gate 3's first patch after launch. And it was only on the PC at launch. It was not a console release. It was a PC-only launch. When it launched to the PlayStation 5, it had other issues there. And then later when it launched in the Xbox Series X, it had other issues in the Xbox Series X. They are still patching, to this day, issues in Baldur's Gate 3. Does that change it from being Game of the Year winner? Like, I think finally Expedition 33 has caught up with it as being like the most awarded game of all time. But Baldur's Gate 3 is an amazing experience, and it was a buggy hot mess for many months. And Larian worked tirelessly to patch things, but holy shit, 30 days to get a patch out? That is a long time in gamer hours when you're sitting there playing a game and you have things like, I remember getting cutscenes that would air out of order. That's not game breaking. Is it annoying? Yeah, because it would spoil story for me. Because I'd be like, wait, this is not the cutscene for this moment here. Oh, and then the one I remember was when I would drink a health potion, the frame rates would tank to like single digits while I was drinking the potion. Like, we would literally get to single frames. The game would just be like, because I'm drinking a health potion, and there was a bug tied to the VFX of the chugging of the health potion. That game had so many issues, still fun as fuck, didn't stop the game from winning every award known to man. And proof that a game can have shitloads of issues and still win Game of the Year and be fun and be something that everyone wants to play. Which is just, yeah. But Bethesda's games are buggy! Yeah! Oh, man. I'm going to call that one a Renfail rant, even though nobody claimed it. I'm claiming that one for myself. It turned into a Renfail rant when people tried to argue about, with lack of any sort of,
It moved. I'd be real careful out there if I were you.
When people try to come and bring opinions rather than facts to the conversation, it's like, nope. We are now taking the moment to pause the stream and slap down the facts like a big old 8-inch whomp on the table. And we are now going to take those facts like journalists do, and we're going to examine the facts, not opinions. And we are going to show how the facts tell a completely different story to the invented version in people's heads.
Bethesda games buggy. Buggy games bad. Bethesda bad company.
Ooh, that's a new helmet. Question is, oh Jesus. Oh, that's a big mama. Shoot it, kill it with fire. Oh shit, that thing's like immune or something. Oh, my powers are down.
out to call in those creatures? I think I can nullify.
Well, fucking nullify it, bro.
There should be some radar equipment powered up now, bro. You get those online, and I'll relay my signal through there.
There's another big one.
Patrols! They're not coming after us. I guess we should grab that sample while we can. Good. Now just stash that sample with Kaiser and we're done.
Stop running, Kaiser.
All wrapped up. Time to get the hell out of here. Percival, you should unplug and find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
Alright, return to the base. Oh, damn it, I did the wrong way.
Lighten your load. One is less likely to survive an ambush when one is weighed down with...
Stuff. Andreja, we need to check out this new helmet. Can we see your whole face, or is that... Ah! It totally works. Yay!
Sorry to see you go.
Yay! She now has a matching helmet. God, she looks good in that suit. I'm a big fan. Alright, cool. So that's the black version of that suit. And I've got a skip pack on the back, and this is the matching helmet. That is what we would call svelte.
Howdy. Look at all of you. Back from the underworld. Got pretty frantic on the comms towards the end there. But it sounded like this was a success. Got everything we need to put this plan in motion.
Yes, sir. Kaiser's got all the samples in storage.
Ah, best place for them. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Vae Victis knew about this damn plant?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that. From
She now has a face.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
Well, we can't rule him out. He's alive and under UC custody.
I'm sorry, what? He's pulling my leg, right? Adrian?
No, I don't believe he is.
So that means we have a suspect.
I believe that's exactly what that means.
Is the Expanse similar to Starfield? Only in the sense that it is a story of humanity in space, so there's no aliens.
As well as the Terramorphs.
But that's about it.
But
It's
Vae
not
Victis
the
is
same type
only
of game at
solid
all.
lead we've got on the attacks. Since you're the only one who knows where he is, can you speak
It is
to
a
him?
party-based,
See if you can get him to
third-person,
cough up
over-the-shoulder
anything he might know.
shooter RPG. Do you want to come speak to him with me?
Captain, I truly don't. He's already shown he's taken an interest in you. I'll be a lot more useful in the lab right now than I would be grilling Francois.
Francois.
So you think you could do it? Please?
Oh, he and I are going to have some words.
Good. We'll all meet back at mast, outside the cabinet chambers. They're gonna want to know everything we've uncovered here.
I would say if you
Best
have
of luck,
played
Captain.
past Owlcat
And
games
thank
before,
you
like Pathfinder
for
Wrath of the
dealing with
Righteous,
him.
Pathfinder Kingmaker, or Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, it's exactly the same type of game as what they have designed before,
Your fact-finding mission.
with the difference that for the first time ever, it's no longer in a top-down format. It is an over-the-shoulder, like this format. So, rather than being top-down RPG, you are controlling your character from third person, but it is the exact same type of game that Owlcat Games has always made, which are party-based RPGs. It's literally that simple. All they've done is they've taken the camera, and instead of being here, they have shifted it back here. But it is through and through, it is an Owlcat game. So, yeah, if you've never played an Owlcat game, I would say go play any of their released games and you'll get an idea of what Owlcat makes.
Is the city meant to inspire or intimidate? Perhaps it depends on your reason for being here.
Do I still have the frostbite or whatever? I do. Yep. Heal paste. I would love to think that the success of Fallout, because technically Elder Scrolls is a far
Great
more
Serpent
popular
favors me to
franchise
have
than
put you in my
Fallout
path.
is in terms of the amount of players and things of that nature. I would think an Elder Scrolls TV show would work. However, the problem I think an Elder Scrolls show would face is that Elder Scrolls. So Fallout is extremely unique in that it is dark comedy, post-apocalyptic, slapstick, punk rock, ultra-violent. It's very unique, right, in that aspect of what it offers. Whereas, for all intents and purposes, as much as I love the Elder Scrolls, it is generic fantasy 101. Elves, dwarves, magic, and dragons. Like, you would have to work really hard to make an Elder Scrolls television show be something other than a generic fantasy show. Because it's just going to be it's going to be Game of Thrones set in Tamriel, only it's not going to be R-rated. It's going to be PG-13. I don't know. I just don't see what they could do with, even though it's more popular as a franchise than Fallout. Yeah, that would be really hard to make. I would have to sit down and do some serious thinking about how you could make an awesome, non-generic aspect of Elder Scrolls to bring to television.
What a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for?
Oh, we did. Don't play dumb.
Now, what in the heavens would make you claim something as ludicrous as that?
The fact that we recovered the recording.
Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong conclusions. After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, they might misinterpret such a discovery to mean I could have been involved with the attacks. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us.
I can hear it in your voice, Francois. Fear. You're afraid because you know you've been discovered.
You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti. New Atlantis. My doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I. Figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinium. Learning to synthesize it. Use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
This is petty revenge.
Oh, my revenge was far from petty, Captain. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential. Easy to say now, but at the time, I didn't know the Lazarus plant couldn't be plucked from the ground and used to cause even more death. I wasn't going to allow another dangerous variable to be added to an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged...
Yeah, the first time I came across this, for sure. I was like, wait, what?
She becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
So you murdered UC citizens because of some slight against your honor. You are sick.
There are no heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one and become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday.
If you're waiting for me to say thank you, we're going to be here a while.
I'm simply looking for you to acknowledge the truth. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role in the attacks to the Cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. Tell them that it was
Not a chance.
I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
I hope you enjoyed this talk, because once I tell the cabinet, it's going to be your last.
That is a pity, Captain. But I'm in no position to negotiate. Though we needn't be enemies, you and I. Just think about the opportunity I've provided here.
Never trust a snake.
Authorized personnel only.
My favorite person. You lead. I will follow.
Thank you, madam. A snake is always a snake. Which, by the way, is really interesting. My grandniece had she was reading a book with Chris the other night, and in that book, it was like a book of like, I don't know, like lessons and things, right? It's like a picture book, and they did the story of the snake. So the man who like was walking in the woods, and he found a snake, and the snake was like, "Can you help me?" And the man was like, you know, "No, I don't want to help you because you'll just bite me." And the snake was like, "Come on, I won't bite you, I'll just help you." And it convinced the man to help him, and then the man picked it up, and the snake bit the man, and the man died. What's the lesson of that? Well, the nature of the snake is to bite. And she immediately was like, some people are just bad. It's like, you're not wrong. I mean, that's pretty much the moral of that story, is that you can't change the nature of some people. Some people are just evil.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Aceles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our world.
That's right. Unalive all the
Considering
things.
what the Lazarus plant is
Yeah, it's the
capable
scorpion
of,
and frog
I don't
story.
think we can deal
It's
with
the
those
same.
things
It's the
fast
same
enough.
thing. Yeah.
I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end?
Help me
Did you find
across the
anything?
river, Mr. Frog.
Did my father
I'll
tell
just
you
ride
anything
on
new
your
about the
back.
Lazarus plant?
Whoopsh. Vae Victis confessed.
I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he say why he did it?
He made plenty of grand claims, but deep down he wanted revenge.
Killed all those people because of a chip on his shoulder and an obsession with
Yes,
his own
I just
status.
wrapped up. This is the last of the
That
faction
sounds
quests.
like Vae Victis.
I still have
Well,
Trackers Alliance,
once we
but
inform
I have.
the
This is the
cabinet,
last of the
they
faction
can ensure he won't be
storylines.
able to do anything like this ever again. Exactly. Bring justice to everyone he's hurt. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet thinks of it all. Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the terramorphs. Then here we go.
I need more coffee too. But you're trying to wait till I get to the end of this before I go get a cup.
Welcome back, all of
Yep.
you. I wish
I've
we
done
were
all the
meeting
quests.
under better circumstances.
We are around 110
But
hours
according
into this
to
playthrough,
Hadrian's
something like
report
that.
And the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random
We
occurrence.
have been plugging away.
but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
Yep, it was a deliberate attack.
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Absolutely not.
Orlays.
Vae Victis was the one who organized the attacks.
It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin.
It's not
Madam President,
true.
I have been
That's
saying
impossible.
for years that not dealing with that man was going to end in tragedy.
Enough.
That's the sound that
I
baby
hope
trolls
everyone
make
here
when they cry
understands
about
that
how
what has just been
Bethesda
shared
doesn't make good
is a state
games.
secret of
That's
the
not
highest
true.
order.
That's impossible.
This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Sanon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
I do indeed. Here's the emergency recorder snippet.
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vae Victis sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately.
Good. The world would be better without Vae Victis in it.
I'm inclined to agree, Captain. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches.
Heat
The
leeches.
3 of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
I believe the other faction should be involved in securing the Lazarus plants.
Tell the Freestar Collective. Wow. So they have another tool to utilize against us?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value here.
It'll demonstrate to the collective that the UC isn't planning to secretly use this down the line.
Agreed. Any effort to de-escalate the situation should be considered. Being as open as possible would be a valuable move.
Oh, that is an interesting idea.
And that's why I love
A grand
Andreja.
gesture to further display this
She's got a good head on her
cabinet
shoulders.
like those of the past.
And a
The
booty to boot.
observers on Mars have proven such a gesture can bear fruit.
So, you want us to make nice with the collective by sharing our state secrets?
But then again,
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni.
all right, guys,
Very
give me
well.
my apartment. Let's go.
We'll get the collective involved in the management. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain.
You're welcome. And I need another
So
cup
then,
of coffee.
To our final topic.
Because we
The
got
cabinet
another
has
3
agreed
hours
to
or so
implement
ahead
a
of us.
plan that will deal with the terramorph, and
Not
now
any more
also
go juice.
heat leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous.
I'm also
Using
kind
it
of
to
hungry.
wipe out the terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've had a few discussions, but our group is similarly split. Only the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
Oh, Aceles, 100%.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable sciences.
The first step in a bold new future.
Bolder, better, and brighter. Well, I need to write that one down for later.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately.
I think this qualifies as the
Day
good
one
ending.
for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us?
Yay, free healthcare!
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
You made I could finally go from being just a peasant.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be
Excuse me.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD.
Public holidays in
As a
New
member of
Zealand
both the
and
Vanguard
Australia
and
right
the
now.
TMD,
Nice.
I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of
Zathrith
the
knows
whole
the
of the
one.
United Colonies,
Zathrith
you
says the
have our
one has
sincerest
apartment.
gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
Penthouse for the one. A legacy forged.
Been up there, huh? Space? It must be cool. I never get to go to space.
Needs to talk to Tuala to sort out my benefits.
Informed us of your new
That's
status.
right, Class 1 with apartment. My precious.
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain.
Thank you. I'm just here to collect.
Luckily, I'm one step ahead of you. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion Realty office. They should be able to grant you access.
12,000 credits is all I got.
Just out the front door and across the plaza, by the embassies.
I'm always ready to make a deal. Well, well, if it isn't the United Colonies' newest Class 1 citizen. You've made quite a name for yourself in New Atlantis. In fact, the higher-ups want to thank you for your dedicated service by giving you one of the nicest pieces of real estate in the city. It's a premium penthouse at the top of Mercury Tower. Best location in New Atlantis, in my professional opinion.
What do you say? It'll just take a second to get you registered as the owner.
Let's do this.
Great! You're in for a real treat. It's one of my favorite apartments in the city. Okay, you're all set. Your new home's located in Mercury Tower in the residential district. You'll love the place.
Mercury
It has
Tower.
a gorgeous floor plan and an unbeatable view of the city. Now that you're an owner, I'm sure I'll be seeing you around town.
Okay, visit your new penthouse in New Atlantis. That is true. I did get quite a bit of loot, and the apartment's worth 250K. All right, that's fair. Yeah, but still, 12,000. You know, 500,000 credits and a 250,000 credit apartment. You know, just saying. Why is there a fire extinguisher on the floor? Who is up here fucking around with my place? All right. Welcome to the penthouse. Come on, Anjasia. We gotta christen the place. We gotta shag, baby, yeah. Yeah, I do get free healthcare, that's true. That's probably worth the most. Oh, it's dark! I need it to be daytime so we can really appreciate the views. I totally need a robe and slippers. This is like a pantry, I'm assuming. And then we've got another bathroom. This is a secondary room with no windows. This is the primary bedroom with a closet. Oh, it's got a bathroom. Nice, very nice. Yeah, this place is really cool to decorate. Sure, for sure. Alright, this has the view right here, this one, because you can look down and see... We can even see our ship all the way down there in the pad. Correct, as Garrett says, Angela, like your first playthrough is always the longest. Well, that might necessarily be true, but the first playthrough feels like it's the longest because you're absorbing everything. I definitely have more hours in my New Game Plus character because once you get done with your vanilla experience, you realize that there's a whole big universe out there to explore, an unlimited power, and lots of variations of the universe, and that becomes like an unlimited adventure. Correct, I am looking down at the peasants from here. Yeah, if there was a chair in here, I would sit and pass the time, but just to see it during the daytime. But be that as it may, and the coolest thing is if I want to, I can jump out of here. You guys ready? I always love it when people do this and then make the argument that there's no reason that Bethesda needs to have loading screens when you can just jump out. Did you see all the lights that just came on when I got into range? That's why there's loading screens. Can you change time in photo mode? I don't know that you can change time. You can do lighting. Oh, I think we might. I was gonna say we might have just crashed. It was trying to load all the lights at the spaceport. It was like, what? You're doing this without using the loading screens, sir. You're breaking the game. How gracefully can I manage to land on this? Like a glove? And I came from somewhere way up there. and then break my ankle as I jump down. The lights were loading. Enjoy the game, Will Chavez. All right, that is a great quick save point. What's next? Definitely need to check in with Vladimir and see about some more temples. Hell yeah. Let's go get some more powers. And did I ding somewhere in there? No, I did not. So I'm level 38. We're getting close. I don't know what level I can technically start the Terran Armada stuff. I think it's recommended level 40 or 50, excuse me. But I wonder how easily. I don't know what it would be like at 40. I know we can go do Shattered Space if we want to. I also have tons of other content I could do, but I'm not really in the mood to do lots of the repeatable. Not repeatable. I'm not in the mood to do like activities and missions per se.
Star Station LO868.
I've done all the faction quests, Bubbles. The UC Vanguard was the last one. So I have all the trackers, not all, but I have the Trackers Alliance quests that I could do, and I have Shattered Space. So I still have tons of stuff I can do. There's probably 50 hours of story content I could still do before I go to Terran Armada. And we're closing in on level 39, so we're getting there. All right, I'm gonna take a few minute break here, guys, everybody, because I am hungry. And I want to get some more coffee and a bowl of leftovers. So we're going to take a break here. I'm in the middle of a 3 to 4 hour stream. We're an hour and a half in. There's plenty of runway left ahead of us. So unless the power goes out, I do plan on being here for the next few hours. So if I randomly disappear while I am AFK, I will be back as quickly as possible, assuming it's not a power outage, but I always let people know because I live in the boonies. We will be taking a 5 to 10 minute break here, though, so go follow YouTube, join the Discord. Be back in a few.
never regretted coming out of retirement. Constellation's got the writ of the righteous. Keeps me young.
I think it is the easiest thing in the world to spend hours in the hey, no, how did you find that? Kitty cat. To spend lots of time in the mods store. No, that is my beanie, and I do not want you destroying my beanie. Nah, give me that. I don't know how you found that or why you think that that's a toy. I just spent like an hour today cleaning the office. Still not done. I've done 2 portions of the deep clean. I brought Snow White in here because it's hot outside, and she is immediately... I just put fresh sheets on the bed, and she is rolling herself up in the sheets and attacking them. Yeah, I think that if you look at the amount of mods that are available for this game, and then it's very impressive what is already available for this game, And then if you look at like what's available for Skyrim and Fallout 4 and Obsidian and stuff, like Oblivion, sorry. I think just wait and see where the mods for Starfield are in 10 years. Right now we're barely 2.5 years into people playing this game. All right. I've had food. I'm stuffed. I've got a second cup of coffee. Let's go find some powers.
Spend so much... Oh, sorry. Was just doing some math in my head.
Meth?
Trade the gabs with you.
You bastard. Math in your head, sir. Hoping you could point me to another temple artifact.
Been poring over the charts, looking for another match. Think this one might just be it.
I think that in particular, the Skyrim mod situation is, for someone like me who has never, it's overwhelming to the point where I need somebody to, I need an expert on mods to say, these are the 50 things you should look at. Because, I mean, there's thousands of mods. It's like, what do what's up to date? What's not going to break?
Assuming all systems are nominal.
If you have the time, I wish to speak to you.
Andreja wants to talk. We could definitely have a chat here in a minute. Extreme environment. I'm ready for a new ship, I'll tell you that much, everybody. I am ready to get to the Terran Armada and, get some of those cool ships.
It is a relief to know that the Terramorphs are being dealt with. But are you sure this Asili's creature is the right way to do it?
Slow and steady wins the race.
I can understand that line of thinking, but even when talking about a species like the Terramorph, this decision means the Terramorphs will remain a threat for years to
Steam
come,
controller
if
might
not
launch
longer.
next week, says Dokesmon.
That is
Interesting.
assuming it works at all. It is too soon to know, and at least something is being done. Any effort is better than none. And I must say, I find it curious that you would agree keeping the Lazarus plant around is a good idea. It seems an additional, unnecessary risk.
Better to leave all options on the table.
I do not think some potential future use outweighs the risk it poses now. At least the Freestar Collective will also know of its existence.
Oh, I rant about that in
Otherwise,
every
I
game
worry
I
it would be
play,
too
75
tempting for the
Montana.
UC to use as a weapon.
Every game I
Well,
play.
it is good to
Because
know
when
that
I
this
play a game that
particular threat is
has
behind
like an
us,
auto follow,
and you have done a service
like
to all who live
Kingdom Come
in the settled
Deliverance
systems.
2 or Cyberpunk 2077 or most recently Crimson Desert,
Are you sure
like
you want
I immediately go, why can't every game do this?
Do you see anything useful?
Whoa, something right there. Too late now. No, I think I need to go around. Man, she is looking good in that spacesuit. I am very happy with that look. That. If I could get her to be looking more at it. Pretty good screenshot. Where'd she go? I don't think she's gonna turn around. Or she might. Come on, come up here. Can I get a picture of her like flying in?
Bum, 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 bum. My people know nothing of this. Perhaps now is not the time, but to learn. I will never grow tired of seeing that. Where have they gone?
I don't know, but what power did I just get to? That's what I really want.
Here they are. You're not walking out of here.
Which power did I just gain? Alien reanimation? Is it the one I just got? Yeah, I think it was alien reanimation. Hey, what are we doing? Why are you jumping down? What's up? What are we jumping down for? Where are you going? Did you find your ball? You don't want to play with your ball right now. Let me check a couple things here. Somebody is scratching on the other side of the door. sitting there scratching at the door. It's not time for their dinner. It's 3:30. They got 30 minutes left. Do, 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 do. Might as well talk to the keeper. These quests tend to give pretty good XP. Oh, I wonder how much money I have now, too. Wait, I'm taking health damage. What? By the way, that is... Is there any way that I can get back up here and take a really badass screenshot? She just tried to she just tried to bring her ball up on the bed and she failed. See, unfortunately I don't get the glint of the temple at this angle. It'd be a lot cooler if I could though. Still, oh, there's 2 moons. Holy shit. There's one over there too. The coffee is hot, actually. I'm kind of sweating right now. I had a big bowl of stew and chugged a cup of hot coffee. And it's like 103 degrees outside. And my air conditioner is doing an admirable job for the office, but I'm definitely feeling the warmth at the moment. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon. And I'm like, it's a little... I wasn't too bad until I ate that big bowl of piping hot soup and had another cup of coffee. Definitely have a little bit of a damp forehead. Shin bone stew. So cow shin bone, meat, bone marrow in the slow crock pot, slow cooker with yucca root, potato, onions, garlic, carrots, spices.
This space is a...
Today was day 3 of eating it. It's delicious, but this was the last day. There's 1 portion left, which is for Chris, and that'll be it. So we ate off of it the first day, and then 3 days of leftovers, so it's a pretty good run.
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
Well, technically, we need to talk about unity.
Oh. Yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps you should talk about this inside.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Aquilus has helped me through some tough times lately.
I gotta share something with you guys. This comment just got held over on YouTube.
Have you ever heard one of his sermons? They're really good.
So this is my review of Starfield after 100 hours. And right there, so this is a hidden comment that YouTube hid. So as everyone knows, I have my YouTube set so that only subscribers can comment so that I can eliminate trolls. This is the type of trolls that I don't want on my channel, and these are the people who get pissed off that they can't leave shitty comments. He says only subscribers can comment? You're a little bitch, dude. Who's the bitch? I forced you to subscribe to leave your comment, and then your comment immediately got held. And then I'm gonna ban your bitch ass. Bye. I love my job. Ugh. Yeah, he subbed earlier. You guys saw him in the chat. He subbed to leave a comment, and then his comment got flagged. So he literally subbed to leave a shitty comment that got flagged, and then he got banned. But that's why I have subscriber-only comments on, because people, if you don't, those people will come in and just leave shit all over your channel and just ruin your community. Fuck those nerds. Had to share it though. Funny shit.
Oh, now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
I would rather he just tell you, because you know what? Artifacts.
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought, we enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
Well, technically no. I don't need a lecture, I just need answers.
And I think I can help. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer.
Me too, Noel. Me too. I do wish it was YouTube from
There's an old story
20 years
far
ago.
older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
Because I've had a YouTube channel since 2009? Not this one, but I've been on YouTube since 2009. And I mean, the demarcation for me was probably within the last 5 to 6 years, 5 to 7 years. Somewhere in that time frame. Really the worst has been since the pandemic. But even pre-pandemic, we were starting to get this new generation, what are they called? The Zillennials or the Gen Alphas? I don't know. The new, whatever like the current generation is that's leaving high school and becoming young adults.
I understand. So much to ponder.
They are
Sometimes
a different
it's
breed.
Difficult to know where to start.
It's also interesting. So like, I go to this is just it's a weird thing that I noticed recently. So when I go down to the river for my walks and my runs, when I go in the mornings, it's almost all adults that are down there, right? People from probably early 30s up to mid 60s, people who are at the river doing morning walks and exercises. But and when you're walking and running, if you say good morning, they all say good morning back, and they are all active and present, and they are in the moment walking and running. They might be listening to music, but they are in the moment.
Questions, I'm
And when
happy
you
to
go
try
at
and answer.
nighttime at like
But
6:30,
you
7
do have
o'clock
to
at night,
actually
it's
ask
all the
first.
current young kids who are coming out of school. And they are all glued to their phones. Even when they're walking, they're like literally facing their phone. Even if there's a group of them together, they are walking together, but they are all glued on their phones. And if you say good afternoon, good evening, almost none of them will respond. They just are so fucking tuned out because all they're focused on is that screen in front of them. They have no clue like what's actually happening. They have no situational awareness whatsoever. There could be a car coming in, from a side street with a drunk driver, and none of them would have a clue because they're just like on their device. That generation are the ones who tend
Was there
to leave the
something
stupidest
more on your
comments.
mind?
They have no impulse control. It's a very interesting thing. You're making me subscribe to your channel. Oh, you loser.
In my story, the Pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun. And he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code? A way of finding the Pilgrim again, or at least his grave.
Sounds like the House of Enlightenment and Varun have the other parts then.
I agree. I think you need to talk to them about this unity Pilgrim. And clearly, not just in a theological sense, as I have. The enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
Let's
I'll
go
stay here
find
with
out.
The Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
You do you, buddy. Andreja and I are gonna go do some interrogations. The Varun prisoner. Where do they have a prisoner held? Hey, Blanca, relax. Don't be crab walking across the bed and jumping onto desks. Yes, I know you see my earbuds. Do not. No, no. You have a ball on the floor. Go find it. Paper, paper. I always think of Kim Coates in Waterworld. Paper, paper. Hey, hey, hey! Stinking cat's got the zoomies.
What?
Oh, Andreja's here with me. This will be interesting.
A visitor? I have all the company I need.
That is the single loneliest statement I've ever heard.
Jokes. You come to hear about Varun. like the guards, like the Keeper. The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
Keeper Ackles spoke of a pilgrim. I need to know more about him.
Yes, I have spoken to your Keeper about this. I will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy and delivers the killing blow. That is all.
What about the word unity?
I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the Great Serpent casts to deceive the faithless. Then we are done. Leave me.
Chris Up says, I would ask if it bothers you, but I've been following you for a year now, and I love how you put the trolls in their place. I would say that any human being is going to feel the effects
recall you asking if you could
of
take that.
trolls, right? If you've got someone screaming at you day in and day out and trying to bully you. Oh shit, I shouldn't be stealing. I'm talking and not paying attention.
Be confiscating this.
My bad. I'm like talking and stealing and not paying attention. I think any human being, when another person yells at them and calls them words, you're going to, the natural reaction is you're going to feel that. You're going to react to that. The question is, what do you do about it? I have, since I was a kid, defended myself against trolls. And against bullies. The first bully I ever dealt with in high school, I literally punched him in the face, got him down to the ground. First I kicked him in the nuts. I kicked him in the nuts. He fell to his knees. I jumped on top of him and I beat his face in. Like, and no one ever fucked with me ever again. Like, you must defend yourself against bullies. We had a great discussion on this the other day. So how you choose to deal with bullies is depending on the person, but everybody is going to feel that in some way or another. I think the only people who lack those sorts of emotional reactions are what the people we describe as literal psychopaths. Because psychopaths are the only people who lack those emotional responses that we as human beings have. Now, just how do you deal with bullies and trolls? That's up to the individual. I like to monetize them because I like money. Other people prefer the tranquility of just banning them in silence. If they have a moderator team, just ban the trolls outright and never give them any mind, because if you give them their 5 seconds...
Put that back.
I just wanted to read the book, and apparently I stole the book. I'm gonna have to reload. I wish I wanted to read it. I didn't realize he was gonna pick it up and steal it. So everybody feels it when somebody says bad things to them or bullies them. But how you deal with that is entirely up to the individual. You can be passive. What you shouldn't do is take it, though. You shouldn't just take it lying down. Like, you definitely need to do something about it. How you deal with it is up to you, but you must deal with it. We have, just... There is no good that comes of letting a bully or a troll win.
We run a number of social programs, from financial aid to food banks. If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
Looking for something. You know what? Keeper Aquila sent me. I need to talk about the Pilgrim.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity Pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilas is describing.
Okay, let's hear it.
A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of two that. Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
Can you tell me anything about the Unity?
Besides what the Keeper would say about it? Sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or, in mathematics, it would mean one, like the one, the first or the beginning.
Alright, well thanks.
Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate.
Okay.
There's definitely
What's up, sweetie? You're just sitting there patiently, waiting on Dad. She's just watching me now. She's finally starting to calm down, so... It is getting time for their dinner soon, so...
Market stabilizes.
That your ship that landed not too long
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a great game. Enjoy. The main quest, the Unity quest, Keeper Aquilas, I think is his name. The problem of two.
Well, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought?
They use the word second and two a lot.
Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. What else did you learn?
You are patiently waiting at the door, aren't you, honey? Spoke to the Bronzilla. She said Jadan fought 4 times over 120 days.
If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Was there anything else?
Infinitum addendum.
Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we?
Nope.
Let's see.
Just do not destroy my
have
notebook,
something that
sweetheart.
could be
Klaus, no.
coordinates.
You're literally
Something that
destroying
could
my
point
notebook.
to a planet in the system.
Don't release your claws,
But
you
what's
little
the
monster.
name of the system? Infinitum addendum.
Oh, shit.
What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel.
Endem, that's the name of a star system.
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum, at 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go,
do not jump on the disc.
You've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe.
I don't have gaming slumps.
In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey.
Don't have that mental
I
block.
know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
It's also, I have the Stephen King approach to everything I've ever done. So you'll have some writers who talk about writer's block. Writer's block is the lazy person's answer to, I don't have inspiration. I don't know what to do. Then you're not actually motivated. You're not actually being a writer. A writer is going to sit there and he's going to write, he or she. They are going to sit down and they're going to write. Inspiration is not what you're lacking. What you're lacking is motivation, dedication, and a passion for whatever it is that you're doing. Putting words on paper is the most important thing about being a writer. So there's no such thing as writer's block. Writer's block is a lazy man's excuse for not wanting to work that day. Gaming slumps, writer's blocks, those are mental issues that I don't deal with. I don't have those mental issues. I get up, I do my thing. I love what I do. I don't have that problem. So, yep, not an issue. I need to take responsibility for finding it, not pray for it.
What will you do? Even the most objective scientist holds the belief that observation itself
that little monster
will
bit
be
me a
of
minute
benefit
ago.
to humanity.
Just got a little excited.
You will be taking a similar part of yourself with you when you find the answer. Will that not color your perception of it?
The benefit of science, that a person's thoughts can be tested.
So you intend to find the truth, and then have that truth confirmed by your peers. Unity is a reality born of observation and agreement? Well,
I don't have a
I
backlog.
won't keep you any longer. This has been
If I
fun.
purchase a game, I
have
play
to
the
admit.
game.
Go. Find your truth.
This is the day job. I do it every single day, day in and day out. Backlogs are for people with indecisive personalities. I don't have that. I play 3 to 4 new games every month, sometimes 3 to 5. I have a very rigorous schedule. It is about militaristic discipline. I do what I love. I get up every single day. I do the same thing over and over and over. I schedule my games 3 to 6 months in advance. And I don't buy things that I don't intend to play. Where are we going? Endem 2? I think we're going to need to feed all the cats before we do that. And I think before we do that, I want to do some additional weapon modding before we go anywhere. Hang on, how come all my stuff got closed down? Oh, because I was on the wrong tab. Herpy derpy!
sometimes amuses me to think about what goes on here, right under the United Colonies' collective nose.
No, let's go upstairs and do something naughty. Alright, I do need to go sell all the weapons today. What are we gonna do today? Same thing as every other day, Pinky. Have fun playing games. It's very true, JK. Have fun playing games. Same thing we do every day. Alright, I think there was... I needed to take this up to advanced. Do I have the money? I do not have a lot of money. But I can take it to advanced and be broke again. Yay! 1,000 credits. But I do have a bunch of stuff from the Orchid I could sell, so... Who are you and why are you in here? That looks like the hunter to me. What is he doing in here? Hey, kitty cat, why did you just jump on my desk? Did you just spit at me? And you bit me. You're being a little monster today. What is he doing just hanging out? I don't know if you can see that. She totally got me right on my scar, right along the edge of it there. She's really spicy today and hyper, and I put my arm down to like play with her, and she turned around and went. I've already been a game director and creative director and founded 2 game studios, launched an MMO. Links are in the bio. You can go look up my projects. I spent 10 years in the game industry.
I am fully updated and ready to assist with tasks.
Do you need something?
Not right now, Barrett. I am gonna go stash some stuff, and then we're gonna go sell some stuff, and then I'm gonna go feed some cats. Apparel. Alright. Yes, you're scratching at the door. I know. Alright, I gotta go feed my cats. Which will be about 5 minutes. Be back in a few.
Let's just keep the hijinks to a minimum, shall we?
Alright, all the animals are fed. Should be good to settle into the back half of the day here. Let's go sell. He's hunting for wabbits. And then we're gonna go hunt down some Unity stuff. Let's go see what we can find here.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90% or higher. I'm sure we have anything you might need. Welcome to UC Distribution. Something I can do for you?
I'd like to see what we have for sale.
Yes, of course. Please, take a look.
Let's sell you... Oh, you only have 5,000 credits. You a brokey.
You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
Jemison Mercantile usually has a little bit more, and then Trade Authority. Down in the well.
Dealing in art is more exciting.
I know we're safe now, but I'm still a little jittery. Can't help. Oh, please,
Terramorphs
take a look.
got her nerves up. Well, I'll tell you what, Terramorphs are scary for everybody. So, I kind of want to keep that one. I don't have a Bridger yet, so I'm going to keep that one because I can... Really? It's already got the shattering on it. Alright, yeah, let's hold on to that, I guess.
Appreciate the business.
Alright, the well is somewhere around here. Oh, I don't think I've ever went to UC Surplus.
You don't need to wear your helmet in here. You know that, right?
If there's something you need, you won't find a better.
Alright, you've got more credits. That's what I like to see. Yeah, I'm never going to use the microgun. Guessing that's all I need. I could probably sell all of these things though, right? What I don't know are the schematics. I don't know if you sell those, if they disappear. Or if once you have a schematic, you know the schematic. Schematics don't weigh anything, so... Probably Susanik. I don't have commerce as a stat skill, so if you have that, it sounds to me like you're probably getting something extra. Susanik says you can sell them. You've already learned them. Okay, that's good to know. Alright.
The Trade Authority does quite well for itself down here. And clearly they share little of the credits they make.
Oh, let's go over to, yeah, this place right here. Picking them up counts as learning them. Okay, I was not aware of that. That's good to know.
I got contacts all over. Happy to make a deal. Take your time. I got all.
Oh, however, Garrett says when I sold them, I could not use them at the ship vendor. Oh, so I'm hearing conflicting things there. Oh, that is a slick looking suit, dude. Tactical agility helmet. Very interesting.
Watch your back out there.
Alright, I can stash this last weapon back at the lodge, and then we should be good to go to boogie out to Indium. Indum. Whatever the name of that place is.
I am glad to be back. It will be good to have a moment to relax.
I want to know why he's just hanging out in the basement. He's just waiting for us, man. I do love his outfit. Can't wait to get it. Oh, I went the wrong place. I gotta store this in my room upstairs.
That is a rather personal question, but I'll indulge it. I'm told that when I'm not here, I'm distracted by what I might be missing.
Never mind. Sorry. Thinking of something else.
Alright, everything should be stored. Off to Indum 2, right? We don't have any existing... Nope, we're good to go.
Wrong place, wrong... They lost shield! Hit them now! They lost shield! And we have disabled their targets!
Ground driver! Targets grounded! Target shields are down! Enemy shield generator has been locked out! Enemy propulsion down! Big shot!
Much easier to hit now.
Target shield knocked out their enemy shield. Target has lost shields. They are vulnerable. Critical damage to the enemy's ground driver.
Direct hit to their grab drive. Direct hit to their grab drive.
Thank you very much. There's some other ship parts. There they are.
Signal received. What can I do for you?
Huh.
Sure.
He was just sitting here.
Items worth looking at.
I don't really need any of that. I have sided with both in the Unity. So I have done both the Hunter and the other one. What's up, Deeks? I was listening to the Starfield After Dark podcast this past Wednesday, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but I tuned in to the part where they were talking about the Unity Plus, the New Game Plus stuff with Unity. And one of the guests was like, you know, the first time I played through the game, I chose the other side, the ambassador. I don't remember what her name is now. But after I've gone through the Unity like 4 or 5 times now, I tend to find myself leaning towards the perspective of the Hunter.
If you need to harvest any
'Cause
organic
it's like,
materials, now would
just
be
get
the
out of my
time.
way and let me get to the cool shit. I just want my loot. Yes, the UC simulator counts using the enhanced targeting system. Yep. Welcome to Arrakis.
Someone made a concerted effort to survive here, and yet it would seem it did not work out.
Grace says I didn't either. I chose the third option. I don't remember what the third option is.
And your scan shows...
Plant life. That's what my scan shows. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. Battle both of them. You battle both of them to the end. I just couldn't see either of their sides. That's interesting, Gray. I might have to try that this time. Ah. I don't want to have to cipher this out. Let's go look this up. Pilgrim's computer. Google. People are necessary, but people are madness. Myself. Stopping and embracing compassion. Alright, magazine trackers primer number 2. I don't know what the correct answer is. I might never. Increasingly, I am comfortable with not knowing. The more I reflect on being here in this world in this time, the more I think it is precisely where I need to be. This time will be different. It won't be about me, so I won't have to run. And I can actually build something with intent instead of scrambling to fix something that others create in my name. It can be something beneficial. I can be something beneficial. On Hyla 2, the island hides the scorpion, and the scorpion's sting hides the truth. Well, off we go. Oh. Try jumping to a closer system. It's not giving me.
We are here. What will be our next course of action?
Well, let's see how close we can jump to the next. One second here. Oh, Battlestar Galactica is coming back around for it's going to be streaming again. New asteroid mines POIs that you can come across when using cruise mode. This one is the Red Cap asteroid mine. Oh shit, I've not seen these before. Apparently these are the new part of the new POIs. That's cool as hell, man. I'm off on Twitter really quick. Man, this is really cool. I didn't know anything about those new POIs. They're like mining POIs that you can find. Yeah, in space. So apparently there's these new mining POIs that you can find. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I mean, I haven't really done a lot of cruise mode stuff because it's just I've just been working on like grinding up this character. But apparently, it's part of the new POIs that happen in cruise mode. That's cool as shit. Alright, I need to stop getting sidetracked. I like went over to Twitter to look something up and I'm like 10 minutes in. Gray says, wait till you get to Terran Armada, you're forced. Yeah, because of the interdictions, right? Because the interdictions keep you from using your... You can't jump. You can't use your grab drive when there's an interdiction.
Like this.
You're not going to attack me?
That statue. Clearly some connection to the creatures in the area. What could it mean?
We are going to go find out what it means, my dear, and hopefully not get attacked by these critters. As they chitter away. You know the moment I touch this, they're going to come eat us. Where did she run off to? I need to back up further. Those critters are going to be in the shot no matter what, aren't they? Unless I deal with them. Hang on, why is she... Why am I in my suit? And she's not. That's annoying. Oh, hang on. I gotta move. don't remember how this works. I do not remember what I need to do here. Let me get a different POV. I don't like that POV either. Damn it. Just trying to fix my POV. It's probably got something to do with the star dots. That is tricky. Oh, yep. Go. Let's get a little bit closer. No, no, don't run into the shot. Don't run into the shot, girl. Don't ruin my, Don't ruin my shot. Oh, it'd be great if I could move the character up and through that a little bit more. Be like. Have him like mid-leap towards the power. I wish I could move him up. That'd be cool to get him in higher, in like in a better leap. Ooh, I wonder if I could get. I'm not going to be able to get the shot that I want here. Close enough. All right, let's get out of here.
I shall stand guard while you focus.
It goes, mechanic, it goes.
It can't be. You found me. I knew I made the right choice in letting you go.
Gare says it just tested the upgrade ship mechanic and sell versus keep. You can sell them and still use the schematic. I must have done something different that did not allow me to use it before. Hobby Corner says put the light on the tip of the scorpion tail. Oh, I figured that out, but thank you. So you can sell the things. That's good to know. Time for round 2 then. Surrender or be destroyed.
I yield, Constellation. You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested in meeting you.
I can speak for myself.
The emissary. I said the ambassador earlier.
Constellation ship. You weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want. Good. See? We can all get along. For now.
Ooh, I don't know where I want to spend those points. I'm lockpicking. Lockpicking. I think we're going to get our lockpicking leveled up finally. Because I'm done with ship mods.
What do I owe this pleasure?
Alright, because I am done with Starship Design. Yep, I don't care about that right at the moment. We definitely want to take security.
Hello. Again.
Am I going to go back and open all the safes I missed out on? No.
You remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
All we ever wanted to do was talk. You attacked us.
Yes, we did. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
That doesn't justify murder.
And who gets to say that? You? Me? The emissary? I have debated morality for near infinity, and all I have found are groups of people enforcing their will on others. Rules and laws spoken as principles, but backed by arms and violence.
Enough. We have more to discuss. The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
So, I gotta say, this part is more awkward than I thought. Hiding my face was way easier.
Sam, that's not possible. I saw you die.
I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who stayed at the lodge to protect the artifacts. You died on board the Eye, while we held off the Hunter.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn.
What's up, Thorgan?
It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours.
So this Unity is where the artifacts are from?
They are all connected.
But both of you are trying to keep people from it.
I have to. This is bigger than all of us. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting.
It is whoever dies, yeah. For me, the first time it was Barrett. It's been Andreja before, and this time it was Sam.
To establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifact, and you held me off. You got away.
Naps are good, man.
Morality play.
Naps are
You didn't
good,
survive
Thorgan.
because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp?
Keeper Aquilus. No, some other version of the same person.
You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks. To give up. To appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself. You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
Whatever war is going on between you two, I want no part in it.
You're already in it. With artifacts comes Starborn searching for them. Fighting over them. I want a truce.
Sam got turned into
Between
tomato
all three of
paste.
us. I will give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine. Or the Hunters.
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you. The Unity is meant for whomever can get there. Don't fall for that talk of worthiness.
Why did you attack us?
I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome.
I do love his outfit.
You getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you.
What is the Unity to you and why kill for it?
Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation.
This is what I want to know more about. Who created?
Whoever gets all the pieces wins.
Where do the ships come from? How is it that when we respawn, we're given a suit and a ship? Where do the suits and the ships come from?
Kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it.
I'm sure. I know we're not the same people we met in our universes. Still, it's good to see you again, old friend. You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way. It is not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you, offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it testing us? Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there. You must discover for yourself.
Oh, I remember this, yeah.
To open the way.
You Starborn sure like your "you must see for yourself" nonsense.
I do not always know if you are a person I should be helping. Forgive me. I have also found that advice is a poor.
Why does the Hunter sound like Sean from Fallout 4? It might be the same actor, you never know.
I ask you again. Go to Earth's moon. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space.
Indeed.
Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
Alright, got myself another achievement. Da, 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 da. Alright, return to the lodge. Yes. They're all just Todd under the... Oh my god, I've got the yawns coming up. It's Todd under the mask. I did not take a nap. I had a short nap. I didn't have a long enough nap, apparently.
If you are interested.
Where the hell is the old woman? Is she in orbit?
Hello, stranger. I am offering food and company if you are interested.
I'm gonna go see if she's up in orbit, because I keep getting that, like, on screen. It's been like 2 days I've had that continually popping up on my screen. I'm gonna see if she's in orbit.
Hello, stranger.
She just repeats, "Hello, stranger." That, my friend, is what you call a glitch. That is not a bug. That is a glitch. The lodge, the settler. You You see response. I do not see little old granny. Anywhere around here. Yeah, I don't know where she's at. I think it would be cool, but it's, yeah, like the Dwemer, we talked about that. It's been maybe a month ago. We did a video on. I think it was the video we did where we talked about why there are no aliens in this game and why there shouldn't be aliens in this game. And in that video, we discussed like there's a theory that the Dwemer are the creators of the artifacts, and maybe it's all the same universe. You never know. Robert Pants says, "Imagine if she's hiding in
Do you
your
have a
cargo
favorite
bay."
restaurant here? Mine is currently Whetstone, but it changes.
That's terrifying. That is terrifying. She's hiding in the cargo bay.
I do not spend as much time here as some of the others, but I appreciate that I was still given my own room.
Alright, let's have a chat.
Mateo told us about your Pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity.
It's the center of a multiverse. We're building the way to it.
Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Let's take a step back. This is everything we've been building towards, and the implications are a lot to take in. Could you explain the part about multiple universes one more time for everyone?
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
I met a version of Sam. He told me the Unity creates the Starborn, and they can cross universes.
And that's why the Starborn want the artifacts so desperately. They're the keys to unlocking the infinite.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes. Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the Hunter.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation.
Out of curiosity, can you change this in mid? You can. That is our mission, to go into the unknown.
You're right. We have to see the Unity for ourselves.
I know this has been a lot for everyone to take in, but we finally have answers. Let's make the best of them.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen.
Absolutely. Tell me more about
These
temples
last
and
glimpses
powers,
from the
sir.
eye are from the farthest fringes of known space. Could be the only remaining pieces outside the hands of the Starborn.
Alright, I will follow up on these, buddy.
Catch a smile out there.
I catch smiles all the time, especially from your mom. Ha ha ha.
Talk to me.
Maybe later, Barrett. Hang on, I heard a noise.
Hello, Captain.
that was Chris. I was like, something happened. She was just moving stuff around in the kitchen. She is getting ready to head out and go to a doctor's appointment.
Orders, Captain.
Orders, Captain. Well, we've got a couple more. We're about to run into whatever that is.
Eklund ships may be good, but
Oh, these aren't powers. These are more artifacts. I think it is more temples. Gray says, I'm at work, we are overwhelmed. People need to stop ordering pizzas. Dude, a pizza sounds delicious right now. I will happily take an extra pizza, sir. My dinner is probably going to be a protein shake or a bowl of cereal. I had a big old bowl of meat stew earlier, so but I am getting hungry.
Turn around and leave now.
No thanks. I don't want to leave. Oh, is that a Starborn that just took off over there? Well, shit. It would take a couple of extra days. I tell you what, Heinrich's, or was it Shiny? I think it was Shiny. Somebody was talking about I think it was Shiny talking about an epic road trip from the UK to Malta the other day. And I gotta admit, guys, I haven't like had a travel hot flash in a while where I'm like, oh my god, I really want to go travel, and that made me want to go like figure out how to make that happen and be like, let's go on an epic like week-long road trip to Malta from the UK. My pizza would take more than a week. More than a few days. Chunks Employee Handbook. Hi guys.
Your match.
Somehow I've ended up with 1,800 rounds for this gun, and I don't know how.
Come on! I'm not entirely sure of the temperature thresholds on our equipment, but we may risk exceeding them. I heard something. I know it.
Bum 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 bum. What the hell?
Take your best shot.
Forget this.
That was like powers or something got used against me. I'm not sure what that was.
We have scared them off, it seems.
Oh. Space trucker helmet, which I can sell. I definitely need the cred sticks because I am a brokey once again. Meet you at the border. I'm up like 60. Do I have a favorite American fast food pizza place? Yeah, Domino's. Like, well, if you're talking like international chains, it would be Domino's. I do love, so Domino's has a couple that I really like. One is the extravaganza deep dish, like the pan fried crust. Is it called pan fried or deep pan? I forget what it's called now. But it's the extravaganza is the name of the pizza, and I think it's deep dish. It's deep dish, yeah, because it's like in a cast iron thing, and I don't know, I like that. And then they have like or at least they did the last time I had some. They had like a garlic cheese type pizza that I really liked. Now, if you want to talk like local chains, when I used to live in Colorado, they had a place called Blackjack's Pizza, which was all along the Front Range. And Blackjack Pizza it's the pan crust. Okay, that's the one I'm thinking of, Gray. Blackjack Pizza used to have this chicken Mediterranean, which was like chicken, feta cheese, Kalamata olives, green olives, black olives, sun-dried tomatoes, spinach. It was so good. Like a white garlic sauce. But yeah, Domino's for a long time has been like my favorite like chain. Papa John's is okay, but I've always liked Domino's. Remember when I was a kid in school, they used to order like Little Caesars on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I never liked Little Caesars pizza. When I was a kid, I know our dad used to take us on Sundays. We would go to Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut was really good back in the day. Yeah, chicken in the air fryer, nice. I'm probably gonna go. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna make. I know I need to have my protein, but now you just said air fryer sweet pea, and I'm thinking I might just make some French fries with some garlic dip.
How quick can you get that done?
Grace, like Domino's is the best, and no, I'm not biased because I work for them. I do like Domino's, man. I just, that extravaganza with the pan, that pan crust is just, oh, it's so good. I do like it a lot. What is that? Smoked salmon fillet. Returned book to mommy. Jesus, what's going on in here? Nothing I gotta worry about. She took care of it. Paper pieces J and S in Anvil, PA. Haven't had in years. Oh, the other one in Colorado. Jaeger says Blackjack is still here in Colorado. Yummy pizza. The other family favorite, which I don't, it's a different type, is Bojo's Pizza in Colorado. So Bojo's Pizza is famous for these like, it's like 4 to 6 inch thick, like crusts, and they have like honey on the table, like butter and honey. And so when you finish the pizza, you've got this crust that you can like dip in the honey and just eat. It's so good. So Bojo's, but that's another one that's like Colorado only. Blackjack's though, man, I don't know if Blackjack's is still good, but that was my go-to when I lived in Greeley, was that chicken Mediterranean. And when I lived in Steamboat Springs, I would get Bojo's all the time because that was just goddamn good shit, man. But, you know, if we're talking international chains, Domino's. And Chris and I, when we lived in Mexico City and Cancun, we would get Domino's all the time because you can pretty much get the same menu. Here, unfortunately, there's only 2 really, like, sort of decent pizza places. One Chris prefers. We actually just had pizza last week at that place. Because Chris got pizza for her sister and our grandniece. And then there's a place we found in town about 6 months ago, which does, it's like a little Italian place, and they do really good pastas, and they do thin crust, crunchy thin crust pizzas. And I've tried the, fuck, what is it called? I don't remember now. They've got like, a spinach and like meat pizza. It's really good. But I do tend to like, it depends on what type of pizza it is, but I do prefer like thin, crunchy crusts. But it just depends though, because like that pan extravaganza from Domino's is not thin and crunchy. It's thick, chewy, and crunchy and delicious. And Bojo's is thick and creamy and chewy and honey and I don't know. I fucking love pizza is what it comes down to. Now you guys got me talking about pizza and I am starving. We are probably gonna get hit with a... That's right, Bubbaloni Rising. If you ask me whether I want thin or crunchy or Bojo's or Chicago or New York style pizza, my answer is yes, please. Yes. Oh, what is the name of that Chicago's? Isn't it called Chicago's? There's a restaurant. Oh, they do good pizza. They also do the Italian subs. What the hell is the name of that place? Chicago's, right? All I know is now I'm hungry for pizza. Old Chicago. Thank you, Guard. That was the name of the place. I couldn't remember it. Old Chicago's. They do have decent pizzas, as I remember correctly. Not my favorite, but they do have decent pizzas. I remember they had a really good, like, Italian sub that I liked.